Hello, 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 hello.
Good morning. A very good morning to all our viewers. The last day of the quarterfinal league matches of the 13th Muthoot Pappachan T20 cricket tournament conducted by Muthoot ECC Ernakulam at the lovely Rajagiri College Grounds, Kakanad.
So, good morning, viewers. I am Ramesh along with Vivek Shanai.
So today's first match is between
It is Muthoot ECCA versus Masters Royal CCAA team. Muthoot ECCA has won the toss and has decided to bat first.
short ball outside the off stump and played down to the gully region. Rather a backward point.
It's Atif who has started the proceedings from the river end, and the batsman facing him is Subin. Both the teams have won the first matches of the league, and the winner of this match will go through to the semi-finals to be played tomorrow.
Short and turned towards square leg. So Muthoot ECC opened their account and Subin as well. Batsman now taking strike is Basil Matthew. So today's games are virtually a knockout. There are 3 matches today.
In the next match, Aegis of East Trivandrum will meet Muthoot Microfins CC Ernakulam. And in the last match, Masters Royal CC Ernakulam will take on Team Alleppey.
Slightly short and pulled from outside the off stump towards mid-on, no run. There's a bit of dew on the field. It's expected to dry up within 2-3 overs as the sun comes out. Shot again, turned towards mid-wicket. Single. That's played towards backward of square for a boundary.
So that's the first boundary of the innings. It is the innings as Subin has turned that ball towards the long leg fence to get the first boundary of the innings of ECC. The score moves to 6 for no loss in the first over. match, Sanoob and Arun. Played softly towards the cover region and getting a single. So that's the end of the first over of Atif. This is the 7 without loss.
So Shyam will bowl the second over from the pavilion end, right arm off spin.
So it is Shyam from the pavilion end, running slow off spin. That's played towards the covers. No run this time.
So it's a slow, sedate start. Pushed out towards cover and a sharp single. That went for overthrows as well. So Batsman taken additional couple of runs. Driven off the back foot towards mid-on. So that's a good over here. Just 3 runs coming out of it. So very slow, sedate start from Muthoot ECC. Score is 10 without loss after 2 overs.
So just 3 runs of that over from Shyam. So a good start from the opponent. Both these teams have beaten TCCA in the earlier matches of the league. So the winners of this match go through to the semi-finals.
Outside the off stump, and batsman going on a fishing expedition outside the off stump. Both the batsmen are a bit tentative. Home misfield backward of square, and batsman run for 2. Bit of tardiness there in the field.
Muthoot ECC did well to defend a mega total of 131 in the last match against TCC. That is a very tight match. And the bowlers and fielders did well to restrict the TCC to register an emphatic win in the first match. So Muthoot ECC will be hoping that the batsmen do much more this match. As Atif continues from the river end. So glided towards the backward point, and that's another boundary to Subin. Played softly towards the backward point region. The field is a bit finer in the third man region, and so the ball crosses the fence. And that's the second boundary of the innings. As Subin moves on 15 from just 11 balls. And this is here 16 without loss.
Pitch down through the vacant slips region, down to third man for a single.
So a change in the field now. Third man pushed into the 30-yard circle. And now the long on is in back. So a deep square leg and the long on. The two fielders outside the circle. The first 6 overs of power play. So the end of the third over. So it is 18 without loss. Muthoot is the A. Slow and steady start by Muthoot is the A. Openers, Basil, Matthew and Subin.
It's a brilliant shot, punch through the covers, beats the cover fielder and goes for a boundary. Driven powerfully towards mid-off, no run.
Shyam again from the cover net. It's just over the fielder. That's under boundary. Lofting Shyam over the infield fielder over mid on.
struck very powerfully between mid-off and cover for maximum 6. So Basil slowly getting into his zone.
The new ball Ramesh from the pavilion end. It struck powerfully towards the long on. Just a single this time.
It was a full toss.
This is the last over of the power play. Akib Fazil made his head 41. The last match against Swandons. A low scoring match. Muthoot ECC just managed 133 that match. And Akib Fazil was the top scorer with 41. As Oyster over, as Oyster over the deep mid wicket, that's a 6-1 in 6 overs. That's the end of the power play. From now on, just 4 fielders are required inside the 30-yard circle. The fielders are now pushed back. Just a short fine leg, a short third man, a backward point, and a cover fielder inside the 30-yard circle. Played softly towards the offside. Stopped at the backward point, stopping a certain boundary there. Basil Matthew moves on to 23. That's beautifully towards the mid-wicket region. Well stopped on the fence, restricting to just a single.
Akib is more batsman in the classical mold. Runs his singles hard. Down the leg side and called a wide.
Played softly towards the covers. So another quick single. Again play towards the mid-wicket region. So another single. The outfield still a bit slippery.
Word about the sponsors. The Muthoot Pappachan Group, which has got interests in the financial services industry, the hospitality industry, real estate, is a proud sponsor and has been associated with us for very long with this tournament. They also the sponsor of one of the sponsors of the Kerala Blasters, so they have interest in football and now the Pro Volleyball League. They have a football academy and of course the Muthoot Cricket Academy, which is a junior development program run by the Muthoot Ernakulam Cricket Club, is contributing much to the world of sport in Kerala. And is a natural partner with the Ernakulam Cricket Club, which has been around for 4 decades, and in its own way is contributing to the cricketing world in Kerala.
Drive over the covers. That's under the boundary. So Basil is moving on along merrily. He's moved on to 30 from just 17 balls.
These batsmen have not been taking undue risks. They've been hitting the ball when it's there to be hit, and also ticking over the scoreboard by running good singles. It's still a slightly wet outfield.
The ball is also getting slippery. Well played towards the mid-on region. The fielder from the mid-wicket running forward and restricting to just a single.
The fielder quickly getting off his fence and making sure that the batsmen don't run too. Good bit of fielding there.
Ramesh has been expensive in the first over. So now the cow fielder has been pushed back. Now Kifasal facing Ramesh.
They managed to get it in the first 3 balls of the over. So they've really been into the game in this tournament.
Oh, that was an extremely good shot, timed well, using the pace of the ball and gliding it down between third man and backward point for a boundary. So Basil quickly moving on to 48 of 27 balls.
Basil again playing very gracefully and beautifully gliding that delivery between third man and backward point.
It's been a pleasure to watch these batsmen. They've both been playing very sensibly, hitting the ball when it's there to be hit and turning over the scoreboard by running quick singles, running hard.
Let's cut out towards the deep covers as Basil moves on to 49. Muthoot is off to a very good start here. Already 88 on the board in the 11th over. Still another 9.3 overs to go. So we are looking at a score of around 200 here. Jishnu is the bowler from the river end. Bowling his medium pace. Again played very gracefully by Akif Fazal this time.
Soft hands.
But this Royal Masters CCA are also a very good batting side. They had made some very big scores in their phase 1 matches. And also in the first match against Finance. So Muthoot CCA will be looking for a score around 200.
That's Basil's 50.
It's a very good 50 for Basil Matthew.
Made in good time of just 29 balls.
Akif Fazal giving excellent support. He's on 15. So excellent half century for Basil Matthew here.
Lovely drive down to long off. Akif content with playing second fiddle to Basil, who's going well.
So after 11 overs, it is 91 for 1. Muthoot CCA winning the toss and deciding to bat first.
Muthoot TCCA has been a very strong team in the state over the last few years, making quite a few semi-finals and finals and winning silver as well during the course.
Most of these players have been representing the state in various categories, junior categories mainly. Now they are proven to be a very settled side now. Players beginning to know each other now very well.
Young side.
Very young side. And a very good fielding side. Evin Varghese to continue from the pavilion end. Making some fielding changes here.
Deep backward square leg mid wicket. Long on, long off, and a deep extra cover.
And that's a short mid wicket fielder now placed for the soft pushes towards the leg side just to prevent that singles. But that's again another full toss and driven straight to the deep covers.
Basil had been struggling for a few matches now. He didn't perform well in the first match of the league phase, but seems to have turned around things. He's been playing really well today.
That was quite unnecessary by Basil, trying for a cross-bat swipe.
I think this is one of the first false shots that we've seen from Basil today.
Yeah, the first time actually. He has been playing very gracefully and making proper cricket shots. But suddenly he decided to hoist up in our mid-wicket cross-batted. That was totally unnecessary. Again driven straight to the covers and the single.
Perhaps it's Ibin's slightly slower pace that is, bringing the temptation in Basil's mind.
Maybe a bit underrated, Ibn Varghese.
Yeah, but he's been bowling effectively throughout the matches.
He has been taking wickets for them in this tournament. It's beautiful towards the covers again. A better over this time from Evin Varghese. He has 3 runs of the first 4 deliveries. That is another full toss. Hit hard towards the mid wicket. And very well,
Oh,
just
it's a
eluding the
good
hands.
dive, but the power of the ball, the ball bursting through fielder's hands to the mid wicket.
So a very good effort from the fielder.
Sanjay, who's been patrolling the mid wicket fence, has been fielding well.
Almost stopped us out in boundary though.
Ran hard, put in the dive. But eventually, the power of the ball was a bit too much. Now it's Basil's turn to push with soft hands out onto the covers and run a quick single.
So that's the end of the 12th over. It is 9-9 for 1. Muthoot is CA. Basil Matthew moves on to 56.
So, the Muthoot T20 cricket tournament has been an annual feature for the last 13 years. In fact, interestingly, Ramesh, this tournament was started, full 6 months before India ever won its first inaugural T20 championship, and a full year and 3 months before the inaugural IPL. So, in in a sense, this tournament has actually been a front runner, in Kerala and in India, if you want to look at it that way. Punched out powerfully out into the deep covers, and the batsman ran one.
But isn't it a bit disappointing that no Kerala plays, no funny players in the IPL teams other than Sanju Samson?
Vishnu Vinod played for some time.
No,
But did he
only
get
regular players,
matches?
only Sanju Samson.
That's right.
So that's a bit disappointing for the Kerala players.
Any of the bowlers are featuring in the...
Basil Thambi featured in some matches. Now it seems seems to be regular.
Right. I think this year's performance in the Ranji Trophy also has pushed some players out into the limelight, though we don't know how much of an impact that will have on the T20 scene. How has Kerala performed on the T20 scene, the state team?
Kerala has been a very prolific team in the India T20 Mushtaq Ali matches actually. This year also we think we'll have some chance there. He has
So
some good players there.
so it's a bit surprising that we're still not finding players to represent the
Because
IPL
maybe
teams.
we don't have any team from Kerala in the IPL.
We had one for some time, but meantime the score crosses 100. It's 102 for 1 in 12.2 overs. That's beautifully played out. Cut down to covers for a boundary. And Basil continuing on his merry ways. Playing safe, but very strongly 61 of 35. I think, Ramesh, it's just a matter of time before some of our players actually find their way into the big scene. If you remember when, a few years back, Kerala was nowhere on the Ranji Trophy scene as well. Of course, the format change has helped. Earlier, you used to play just the southern teams. Now, you have matches between all teams in the country. And that has pushed some of the players into the limelight and given a better chance for them to perform. And they've taken their chances and performed as well. This year, Kerala making the semi-finals of the Ranji Trophy for the first time. So there's a lot happening on the cricket scene in Kerala. A lot of positive things happening. And that's where sponsors like Muthoot come into the picture, who are doing their bit for the game by, helping young players find their feet. As I told you earlier, the Muthoot Cricket Academy is a fantastic platform for aspiring youngsters to develop their skills. The Muthoot Ernakulam Cricket Club has got a good youngster development program. It also conducts coaching camps regularly, annually, by bringing in some really good players, the former players or good coaches in the cricketing realm, which has definitely contributed a lot towards the scene in Kerala
So
cricket.
what about the education of the academy players?
I think there is a focus on education as well. It's not that, it's all cricket. And in fact, the other strikeout feature is that, some of these young players, they actually are given employment in Muthoot. So Muthoot has been not just, sponsoring it, but also, providing livelihood for some of the younger players. And, I think the Muthoot Microfin team is made entirely of, their own employees without guest players. And Muthoot does this as part of the corporate social responsibility program, which is required under the Companies Act with the amendments coming in 2013. So they're doing overall a very good job of promoting sport in Kerala, and I think that's something which was sorely needed because the lack of funds in the arena of sports has always been a dampener. Kerala has always been good at athletics and track and field events. Football is another area where we have been good.
Traditionally, we were very poor in cricket, actually. Nowadays, we are not attracting good crowds also for these tournaments. In the previous years, we used to remember the days when the tournament was conducted in Maharajas, the heart of the city. We used to attract huge crowds there.
Yeah, in the thousands, in fact,
Yeah.
which is very unusual for a club level cricket tournament. So the
Now,
Ernakulam Cricket Club also has been running some fantastic tournaments. This is one of them. There's the 50-over edition, the Coromandel Cement Cricket Tournament, which has run uninterrupted for 38 years now.
now the new edition is under 19 league, no?
Yes, that's right.
That's a
That
very
was
good venture.
introduced last year. And I think this year probably All India format is likely in the offing.
Yeah, that'll be very interesting now.
Yeah. So as you know, the under 19 category is one of the best feeder categories towards the senior cricket. That's when actually players break out and make a name of their own. Things have slowed down a bit, or they have not taken off.
Still, the 5 boxes has not started. And the 6 to go after this. Just 1 wicket down. So Muthoot is in a very comfortable position here.
And I think they're playing to a plan as well.
Definitely. Because the run rate is around, it's almost near to 9 per over. So again, scoop towards the final leg region. So that's another boundary. Basil Matthew playing beautifully here again. As Ebin Varghese pitches short, he scoops it from the stumps towards the vacant final leg region. Basil has moved on to 66. Ebin Varghese is proving to be very expensive. Already conceding 31 runs in just 2.2 overs. So Anish is back with us with his scores of the previous matches. So another glorious shot from Basil, hoisting it over long on for a huge 6. Stepping out Ebin Varghese. He moved on to his 70s, now he's 72. The score moves to 125 for 1. Muthoot is a
So can Basil play on for 100? Anish, have we had 100 in this tournament so far?
There were actually 200s in this tournament. The phase one, it was Tiju of Sandon's Trust who made the first 100. Then Arun Paulos, playing for the Royal Masters CCA, scored a big 100.
That was in phase.
That is the phase two match actually. That was played at Kerala Amlogur.
It's wide outside the off stump. Foolish length. Basil decides to let it go.
So there is a big chance for Basil Matthew to complete his century.
Driven off the back foot to long on.
Like Masters, RCC has a good bowling side, so I think Muthoot ACC need to make a very competitive total. Bowlers who've done well for them in the previous match are Ramesh, who's taken 3 wickets in the final. Ebin and Akhil Skaria had shared 2 wickets in the previous match, the final.
It's a full toss and pull out towards fine leg for a boundary.
So Anish, what about the Royal Masters batting side? They have been known for this batting prowess actually. They were making huge scores in the phase one match.
That's right. Sanjay has been a person to watch. Sanjay stands, he's right in front of us now, fielding. He's made a very quick 70 in one of the matches last week, and then in the final match he scored 31 of 22 balls. Akhil Skaria has been doing well in the previous, has done well in the previous match. Very, very interesting batting side. There is Aju Paulos who can bat, Vishnu who can bat too, besides Sanjay, and Sarath. Jackson also scored 19 runs of 10 balls in the final. Although it was Anandu who scored 12 runs of 3 balls and got them to the this phase of our tournament. So very, very interesting batting side. So
6 overs to go. So who's there in ECC? Are there any big hitters there?
Some competent batsmen had to come for most ECCA.
I think ECCA plays more in the classical mold rather than big hitting. They hit it when it's there to be hit.
Still to come Ashok Menon, Srinath, Harikrishnan, Mithun. So many competent batsmen.
Turned smartly towards fine leg and the ball beats the fielder. Very well played indeed. Just a turn of the wrists and the ball goes racing. So Basil into his 80s, 81 of 43 balls, has been the anchor of this innings. 137 for 1 in 14.3, Muthoot ECC A.
So run rate is around 9.5 now, closing to 10. Anish, do you think 200 will be a combination score against Royal Masters?
yes, MSC, I think plays very well, good, and Muthoot TCC can bowl well. There's a lot of options from bowlers' point of view, from bowling point of view. So 200 should be a very good score.
Driven down to long off for a single. So Akib so far has been playing second fiddle to Basil.
Still 9 wickets intact, actually.
It's really good running there. Really good running.
So both these batsmen, Akif Fazal and Basil Matthew, continuing the good run, running sharp singles and turning it into doubles. So after 15 overs, it is 141 for 1. Muthoot is winning the toss and electing to bat in this last quarter final.
And except for a false slog sweep which Basil Matthew missed, both these batsmen have actually been playing good cricket, in fact, without taking undue risks and uh, putting the runs on the board very quickly and risk-free, if we can call it that. The quality of batsmanship has been that excellent that both of them have not looked like getting out at any point in time.
One of the interesting things I've seen is while chasing, the way the batsmen handle the power play, the team handles the power play, seems to be the determinant, the major influencer in their ability to chase. In the finals, um, the Royal Masters had lost 3 wickets in the power play, so that made their task a bit difficult in the middle overs. Then it required Anandu to come in and do that cameo at the end.
Another piece of good running, driven straight, and both the batsmen were off in a flash and safely made 2 runs. Stepping out, converting it into a full toss and driving it down to long on run. So Akib either playing with soft hands or and taking off for quick singles or playing in the V.
Ramesh bowling his third over from the pavilion end. Again, tap towards the long on region.
And if Sanjay does some good work again, running hard and stopping batsmen from going for 2. It's one of Royal Masters Royal CCA's performing batsmen in the tournament.
A bit of appeal from bowler Ramesh. But not really the conviction, just hopefully. He played towards the long one again. This has been a quiet over so far.
5 runs of it. So in the scheme of things, relatively good. 16 overs, 147 for 1.
Basil Matthew has moved on to 86. Just 4 overs remaining in this innings now.
Would his quest for 100 slow things down, do you think?
He can easily complete a century anyway. But he will have to look for around more than 40 from the remaining 4 overs to remain competent in this match. because Royal Masters CCA are having a good batting side.
And a good fast outfield. The field has dried up nicely now. Morning there was a bit of dew.
So batting will be a bit more easy in the second part of this match. Katif is back in the attack from the river end.
So there's a deep cover, a backward point, fine leg, and a mid wicket, and of course a long on outside the boundary, the 30-yard circle on the boundary, and a short third man point mid off, and a square leg inside the 30-yard circle. Lofted towards long on for a single, Basil Matthew. I think now these batsmen need to start looking for some quicker runs. Scoreboard ticking along nicely at 9.15 per over.
Because with 9 wickets intact, the DCA will have to look for around 200 here. Akib Fazil will have to have his run rate.
Small change in the field. The point fielder comes up into the circle and the third man drops back.
Akib Fazil is going at just a run a ball now, 28 of 28 balls. So he will have to look for something big here. Akib Fazil. Again, there is another single.
And Basil looks like he's tiring a bit. It's been a long innings. More than the time spent out in the field, it's the manner in which the runs have accrued, running singles and twos.
Atif is in his third over here. The third man fielder pushed a bit wider, almost towards the backward point.
That's actually a very good shot. Came onto the back foot and lofted it straight for a boundary.
So that is a much needed boundary.
Basil moves to 91. So another couple of quick shots should do it.
So the score crosses 150 now for Muthoot. It's went beautifully towards the cover point. Well stopped by the fielder, no run.
Sanjay again. Sanjay seems to be in the thick of things.
Matthew, 91 from just 52 balls.
Again, square leg comes in and point drops back to the fence. That's lofted towards long on, just a single there. So Atif has kept things tight this over.
So another good over for Royal Masters. So now just 3 overs remaining.
$154 for 1 in 17. The run rate has consistently hovered around the run mark, but it's refused to go up. So both batsmen looking tired. They'll need to up the ante and push the score now towards somewhere around 180, 190. 200 would be a very defendable score.
Akif Fazil has been unable to make any big shots here, apart from a couple of boundaries. I think has not significant shots, just singles. So in the last 3 overs, he will need to up the ante.
Masters Royal CCA have a good batting side, and they've given a good account of themselves earlier in the tournament. Have made some huge scores.
Again, tap gently back to the bowler by Basil Matthew.
It's straight towards mid-wicket, and Sanjay, who's been doing well, snaps up the catch.
So that's it. So a graceful innings from Basil Matthew. Of just 54 balls, he has scored 92. So umpires for this match, Basil Matthew caught by Sanjay off the bowling of Ramesh for 92. Again, trying to hit out over the mid off. That's going to be a boundary. So good usual runs for Muthoot CA. Short ball. The fielder pushed inside the circle at mid off. The batsman hoisting it over the mid off for a boundary. Atif bowling a slow delivery, a very short delivery actually, and the batsman managing to hoist it over the mid off. So a bit of discussion going on between the fielders. So a bit of advice to Atif. Atif again. And slow full toss. And that's going towards the backward point fence. That's another score moves to 167.
Atif was trying for a slower ball, but the length.
Now we are looking at around 180 here. Atif again from the pavilion end. Again a slower delivery. Misfield at mid-off. So batsman returns for the second. And importantly, Harikrishna is back on strike. The boundary. So Harikrishna is scoring some useful runs here.
So 4 boundaries and a brace and a wide.
Who is now moves to 180 after 20 overs at exactly 9 runs per over.
And Harikrishnan has scored 23 of 10.
Good morning once again to Rajagiri Cricket Ground. Welcoming viewers. Muthoot ECC has set a target of 181 runs for Royal Masters CC. Players getting ready. Start of this match. I can see the groundsmen hurrying back. The good chase being set up for Masters Royal CCA. 181 as a good enough target on this ground. Power play stage will be a crucial one to watch. Muthoot CCA has a very good bowling side. They'll be excited as they've defended 133 in the previous match. So this being a very different ground, very fast outfield. And now welcome my fellow commentators Ramesh and Vivek to the commentary box to take you through this interesting phase of Royal Masters CCA chase.
Anish, before you go off, I'd like to hear from you on what Royal Masters CCA needs to do to chase down this somewhat formidable total. What would be key?
To me, the power play and how they manage it is going to be the key. I wouldn't mind if they don't score more than 35 runs, but the key piece to watch out are the wickets. Because here, once a batsman sets in, just about 10 balls is what is required to get any kind of total, um, any kind of run rate to the to a controllable stage while chasing. So, however, if they lose wickets, then the ability of the batsman coming in to kind of quickly get on to great scores, take off, is going to be difficult. So wickets to me in the first 6 overs is going to be very key.
I think it's a good T20 wicket, playing true and fair.
Yes, yes.
Even paced and no balls keeping low actually. In the entire tournament in this ground, I think I've seen maybe 2 or 3 balls keeping low. So it's a good wicket to bat on. And contrasting to the morning, the outfield has dried out. There was a bit of dew in the morning.
That's right.
So it should be a lightning fast outfield. So you said it's the power play which is the key. And I think my key point would be how Muthoot ECCA feels. They are a good fielding side and they can pile on the pressure on the batting side. We've seen that in the past.
Very well
Not
said,
just this in this tournament, but over the last couple of years, I've seen them field really well. And also good bowling options. If one bowler gets hit, they have someone else to turn to. So it should be a good match, I think. Royal Masters CCA have batted well as well, so it should be a nice context coming along. So I think the viewers are well advised to keep watching the match.
Yeah, very interesting. So I can see Sanjay getting ready. Sanjay's been in very good nick in this tournament.
And he's been in the thick of things in the field as well today.
Absolutely, yes.
Fielded brilliantly, took a good catch, made some important saves. And if you remember, Basil and Akib were running very well. And he ensured that, he got off the line really fast and, cut out the twos.
Yes.
So, yes, Sanjay is all primed up. Thank you, Anish, for your
Thank
comments.
you. I welcome Ramesh to the commentary box.
So thank you, Anish. Here is the Muthoot ECA innings scorecard for you. S. Subin caught Jishnu bowled Anandu for 22 of just 20 balls. Basil Matthew caught Sanjay Raj bowled Ramesh 92 of 55 balls. Akif Fazal stumped Sharath bowled Ramesh 29 of 30 balls. Sharafuddin caught Ajupoulos bowled Anandu 2 of 5 balls. Harikrishnan not out 23 of 10 deliveries. And Sriraj not out 0. Total 180 for 4 in 20 overs. A brilliant second wicket partnership of 122 runs between Basil Matthew and Akif Fazal was the backbone of the innings. And bowling figures of Masters RCCA: Atif bin Ashraf 4 overs 43 runs no wicket. Shyam Prasad 3 overs 23 runs and no wicket. Anandu 4 overs 21 runs 2 wickets. Ramesh 4 overs 30 runs 2 wickets. Ebin 3 overs 45 runs no wicket, very expensive. And Jishnu 2 overs for 18 runs and no wickets. So Muthoot Royal Masters CCA team about to start their innings.
Arun will start proceedings from the pavilion end. There will be Sanjay who will be facing. Ajupoulos is a non-striker, so there's a wideish second slip, third man, the point fielder right on the edge of the circle, cover, mid-off, mid-on, wideish square leg, and fine leg on the 30-yard circle. Oh, goes for an expansive drive, misses.
Umpires for this match: Sanup Veednath and Arun Kumar MK. Match referees Gino John and scorer is Mohammad Mohsin.
And we have Ramesh, Anish, and Vivek, that's myself, bringing you this match from the commentary box. Driven straight to cover.
Sanjay had made some useful scores in this tournament so far.
It's been in good nick. Short outside the off stump, cut down to point. There's a fielder there on the fence. One of the two fielders who are permitted during this power play outside the 30-yard circle. Second one is the third man. So Sanjay gets off the mark and Masters Royal CCA get on the mark.
Arun from the pavilion again to Sanjay. Now this time to Ajupoulos.
That's the first wicket, driven officially straight to cover. So Aju Paulos, who's been one of the prolific scorers, is dismissed for naught. And Masters Royal CCA lose their first wicket for just 1 run on the board. Straightforward catch, driven upishly for full ball.
Masters Royal 1 for 1 at the moment. The new batsman taking his guard.
Sachin is the new batsman.
Played straight to backward point, no run this time.
Again, the fielding right on the button. Muthoot ECC is known to be a good fielding side.
Sachin, it seems, is promoted in the batting order actually. Maybe to make some big shots here to up the run rate.
And I think the intent was clear. He actually sauntered down the wicket, trying for a big shot.
So Muthoot Royals are looking for a good score in the power play.
Steps out, Arun is equal to the task. But early days. Sarafuddin is the bowler, bowling from the river end. Very long run up, known to work lively pace. Lofted straight over, long on for a massive 6. So Sachin is setting out to do what he was sent to do. My bad, that was Sanjay. It's been in good nick. Shot outside the off stump, flashes. There's a big appeal from the bowler and the keeper. The bowler seemed to be convinced he had got an edge. Turned out. Shot outside the off stump.
Sharafuddin, very long run up from the river end.
Again a lofted shot straight to the side screen. Just to the left of the side screen for another 6. So this is turning out to be an expensive over.
It is another good length delivery from Sharafuddin. And Sanjay taking full advantage of that. Hitting it straight over the long off towards the side screen. So that's the second 6 of the over.
Sanjay carrying on from where he has left off in the previous matches, has been in excellent nick in this tournament.
Played softly back to the bowler.
That's a better length from Sharafuddin, this ball. Keeping it slightly short of good length, and Sanjay with assurance plays it on the front foot. And taps it back to the bowler. Drifting on to the leg side and flicked away to fine leg for another fine boundary. So 16 runs already in this over from Sharafuddin. It's been expensive.
So that's the end of the second over. Royal Masters are 17 for 1. All the runs scored by Sanjay. He was on 17 of just 8 balls. Sharafuddin very expensive in his first over. 2, 6 and a 4. After an excellent over by Arun, Sharafuddin has leaked runs. So Arun continues from the pavilion end. Outside the off stump and left it on by the batsman Sachin. Just a short covers close to the batsman. All others are on almost on the edge of the circles. As Arun running from the pavilion end. As almost a Yorker. And well stopped at the backward point. Sachin almost falling over, trying to evade that Yorker from Arun. So Sachin opens his account with that single. Some changes in the field. The third man being pushed back to the fence. Sanjay is facing Arun here.
Was it wide?
Wide outside the off stump. Rightly signaled wide by the umpire. Sanjay looking in good nick here. 3 brilliant shots in the last over of Sharafuddin. Again a full length delivery outside the off, maybe on the off stump. And play towards the deep point. Arun keeping things very tight here.
Tries straight to cover.
Sachin promoted in the batting order to boost some runs in the power play, but so far unable to make any big shots here. Arun is bowling really well, giving it on all around the off stump, not giving anything loose. Again beating the batsman outside the off stump.
Sachin trying to be innovative, but Arun is equal to the task. Sachin dancing around and trying to unsettle the bowler. But Arun is far too wily for the batsman. So the move to promote a pinch hitter has not worked so far. And when you've got a really good batsman in Sanjay on the other end, the need for that is slightly suspect.
That is full toss, but it's straight to the middle, short mid wicket. No run though. So that's the end of the third over.
3 runs from it.
It's 24-1 after 3. Royal Masters needing 181 in 20 overs. This is the 13th Muthoot Pappachan T20 cricket tournament conducted by Muthoot is Ernakulam, played at Rajagiri Cricket College Ground, Kakanad. Muthoot is batting first, scored 180 for 4 in 20 overs, thanks mainly to a brilliant 92 by Basil Matthew. And a second wicket partnership between Basil Matthew and Akif Faisal, yielding 122 runs.
Mithun coming on to bowl from the river end, left arm orthodox. One of the linchpins of the Muthoot ACC bowling attack. And that's lofted straight for a massive six. So Mithun is welcomed by Sanjay with a straight six. It's a bit of a risk bringing on a spinner in the initial overs. There's a fielder at long off who now comes in and long on drops back. Mid on drops back to long on. And there's a mid wicket, deep in wicket as well.
Push towards the mid-wicket region for a single. So Sanjay playing well here. Already 25 from just 12 balls.
So when you have a really good quality batsman in Sanjay, the need for a pinch hitter, what do you think, Ramesh?
And Sachin is actually struggling here. He has promoted ahead of some quality batsmen. And he's unable to put bat to ball here. Muthoot is a team on good bowling and fielding side. This time stepping out of the crease, trying to make contact.
And has been given LBW. Can we have a replay? Replay.
So that is second wicket for more Royal Masters. Sachin promoted ahead of the batsman to trying to boost the run rate. He's adjudged LBW for the bowling of Mithun. So it is 27 for the loss of 2 wickets. Royal Masters.
And that's a move that has backfired big time. Just 1 run of 10 balls. Come back fast. Because otherwise, the whole day you will be on the phone and there will be no replays. No, whole day I will be on phone only because I need to connect. No, so then we need replays also, no? This is the second or fourth or fifth time that, we have missed a replay. ലൈവ് ഫോണിലെ നെറ്റിന്റെ ജിനോ ആരെ പുതിയ ബാറ്റ്സ്മാൻ ഉണ്ടല്ലോ സേട്ടാ ലൈവ് ഫോണില്ല കേട്ടോ.
Let's play towards the short fine leg. A quick run. Well stopped by the bowler Mithun himself. Good drive back by Sanjay. So after 4 overs, it is 28 for 2, Royal Masters chasing 181 for a victory.
Next over for Mithun was hit by for a 6, but managed to get Sachin's wicket. Jishnu is the new batsman. So Sriraj replacing Arun.